Shorts. Oh fuck, didn't mean to do that. Left. There we go. Morning, boys. Let me turn the music down. There we go. Hopefully I sound better today. I have adjusted my microphone just a little bit. Moved it a bit closer to me. So hopefully I sound better than usual, just a little bit. I just realized we're awfully close down here to the previous week's value area high. It's gonna be very interesting to see if we get all the way down there, what happens. We failed off of previous day's value area high and broke through the entire value area high in the open, so really just going to be looking for shorts once we see this current session profile. I'm not going to bother putting it on there yet just because it's ends up just cramping the candles really. Overnight point of control was super clean though, 930. There's no actual orders around that previous week's value area high on the DOM. Or on the heat map, sorry, not the DOM. But there is a lot at 970. And a lot did get filled at about 75. God, I really wish I had a standing desk. I do think this is very likely a nice entry here if we can get that. Entry at short at the previous day value area low. Average true range today has got to be pretty high, right? 6.5, yeah, so if we go for like a 10-point stop, that puts us in a good spot. Right at the overnight value area low. A little bit dangerous probably, but this is before I've even seen any previous or any of the current session profile. Let's stick it on there now. Professor Mac, morning, sir. Wow, that's a big profile. I took a long from the bottom. Wow. How come, if you don't mind me asking? That's an interesting. Well, it's not interesting. It's a big pair of balls you got on yourself there, Professor Mac. It's long from that. Such an aggressive sell-off. I respect it, obviously. Also, Professor Mac, since you're in here, could you just let me know if the audio sounds any better than like the last time you will have been in the stream? Just curious, just because I've moved the mic from like, it normally sits like a little bit further away, probably like there. So I mean, this is what the audio would normally sound like. And then if I've just moved it a little bit closer since I can, I figured it is probably going to benefit the audio, at least a little bit. Ah, previous session and daily lows, makes sense. Almost always a reaction. Yeah, makes sense. I got you. Yeah, I was just curious because obviously I've got... About to get stopped out though. At break even or full stop out? Because you had a nice little reaction at least. I'm going to be very interested to see what happens when we get to this previous week's value area high down here, because potentially a lot of big participants are going to step in around these levels. Potentially. $10 in profit? Oh, okay, so not too bad then. At least you didn't lose money. Yeah, me personally, I'm liking this idea here, but we will see what price wants to do. We're probably going to get a value shift, I reckon, which is going to show sign of continuation, really, because if you see all this buying and selling, transacting down here, but if we get a full shift of the whole value, that indicates a bit more of acceptance outside of this previous day of value. So, more likely continuation, lower. Very low risk trade, price will sometimes... Yeah, no, I 100% agree. 100% agree. Do you know what I want to do? I want to just swap these two around. Come on, let me choose you. You get over there. That's better. Oh, honestly, even put you there. Sorry, I'm just messing around with my screens, moving stuff around. I think I actually prefer it like that. Yeah. Now I can see the... Because the last thing I need is that, the music stuff. So if I have them like this, then it's way better. Hell yeah. Now I can even maximize that a little bit more. Nice. Been trading gold even on the micro, it's a monster. Yeah, I've heard good things about gold. Like, people enjoy trading it. I've never been a fan of it. Just, I don't know, there's always been a little bit of a stigma about gold with me, personally. But yeah, I know that in Cammy's community, a lot of people love trading gold. Oh, this is so much. I don't know why I've not set my screens up like this way sooner. Because there's going to be way less like me tilting off to the side now. The only time I'll tilt off to the side is if I'm actually like looking at my screen that I'm entering trades on. Other than that, I can see the chat, I can see my heat map, and I can see like my main monitor all right in front of me. So it'll make audio sound better because I'm not going to be talking like over there as much. And yeah, I do need to keep an eye on that though. I need to just scroll to the bottom and then hit 100 so the music carries on playing. There we go. Yeah, very, very likely going to get a POC shift here, I would say, which will shift the whole value levels. What did I do? On the previous day's value real low, stop is just behind this big node up here. I'm going to go ahead and enter that, to be honest. Am I on the right account here? Let me just check. No, I'm not. Which account am I on? Oh, I'm actually on the guard account. Okay. Fine, I'll trade the guard account. Yeah, if I can get that pullback, I'll 100% be taking that. My throat is not happy. We have a decent amount of orders down here at 970. Like I said though, oh no, there is. There is down at 65. I believe 65 is the previous week's value area high. Yeah, 66 is the previous week's value area high, so 1 point past that. It's going to be interesting to see. A few more orders just came in at that 970 level, so we got orders just below lower day and orders at just below the previous week's value area high. Very interesting levels to keep our eyes on there. Let me just see if I can... Oh no, it's fine. If we don't retrace all the way back up there, then most likely I'm going to be looking for some sort of break and retest, like reinforced short from the previous week's value area high. I don't really want to long from it. I'll see. I'm like preferably really I'm going short with the momentum of the day, breaking below and accepting below previous day's value area low. Just would make sense that I should short, at least from what it looks like now. Let's see what this order does here. Those ones at 970 got filled. See what happens at this previous week's value area high now. Fucking squeaky ass chair. That is the next thing I'm investing in for my setup when I get back from traveling. Buying a super clean, nice looking chair. This one is literally just like a shitty little like office chair. Broke through. All those orders got filled. I can click on the heat map and show you that. See all them orders getting filled by all these big trades printing here. More orders down at 60, 960. Sell-off type of day. Okay, I'm thinking about a previous week's value area high. It's just that that's a big stop loss, right? So what I would prefer to do is something more like that, where I can get a slightly bigger stop loss, just enough behind the point of control for it to be good for me. We got a lot of action just then down here. You can see this node forming very fast. If I look at the heat map there, you can see all them big bubbles. There are all the orders that are coming into the market that are printing into this node. This is an idea at the moment. This isn't something I'm super confident in. Really just selling off. I'm green lit to trade though now, so we're past 10 a.m. I'm not really excited about the short from that point of control node, really, because that node is only there because we have a lot of transactions in this area. Lots of back and forth, so I feel like if we came back up to it, not so sure if it'd be like a clean reaction or if it'd be something a little more like consolidating, maybe. I could very easily see myself getting stopped out of that trade, basically. And we are starting to build up a pretty significant looking node down here, so this will be interesting. Previous week's point of control is right there, by the way. Let me change that text to the top right. I only ever put them on the bottom right if they're like really close to other levels, so they don't just like overlap in the text and stuff. But now, previous week's point of control with the current session value area low with this node. Now that's something I can get behind a little bit more. For sure. Something a bit more like that. That's definitely a preferred trade there compared to what we had before. I'm done for the day. Locked up my exophase earlier. Hit my daily limit on my combine. You hit the profit limit. Jesus Christ, Professor Mac. Well done. It's awesome. I'm guessing You took a few sells. Just a guess. Are we gonna get another point of control shift here? Well, here's to many more. Here's to many more days of profit targets being hit. What is your profit target, just out of curiosity? Like, not so much like the dollar amount, but like risk to reward, like on the day, let's say. So it's obviously, like, I hit my profit target a couple times, but that's because my profit target's literally like 2 winning trades, and I'm done. Like, it's not a profit target that's like overly on the XFA. Once I have a winning trade, I set it to lock me out if I lose $100. Yeah, that's good. Pretty good rule, I would say. I went up 600 and gave back 100. Nice. So it's less of like a profit limit and more of like once you like, you can keep trading. Oh, it's $1,500, right? Okay. Here it comes. Here it comes. Get ready. POC shift. In 3. Ah, I was a little bit short. Yeah, as you should be. That's what they're... That's the smart way to approach them, the XFAs. No point trying to... I mean, it depends how much like disposable income and how risk averse you are, obviously. Some people do like balls to the walls, the XFAs. But that's because they got money to burn. So they still make money in the long run. But yeah, I'm much more of the opinion of... I'm much more of a conservative approach as well, like you. Take it nice and slow, no rush. This POC shift, see, if I was now to enter short around 51.50, stop loss down at 60.5, 61.5, 60.5. Like, that's an idea. I was trading the Asian session and I took a long from a level and added as price went up. By the time I got out, I was in 5 micros, but with the 0 risk because I was buying, we passed through. Oh, nice. That's a pretty cool little strategy. Big block of orders just came in at like 948. Didn't get filled, but it's there. Pushing back up. Pushing back up. Yeah, Nox is, yeah. He's very good at it. One of his many skills that I envy. Best Loser Wins is a book that talks about that as well, by Tom Hogarth. I've got it right here. One of my trading books that I own. Best Loser Wins. Good book. Read it last month. Hell yeah. What did you think? I do need to reread it, to be honest, because it's been a while since I read it. Like over a year at least. Look at this fat block of orders down here at 48. Let's watch him see if that gets filled. You'll know it gets filled because you'll see a big bubble, like right as it hits it. There you go. Some of them seem to have moved down there though to 45. Don't know. Kind of looks a bit suspicious how that one got filled, and as soon as it did, more orders popped up here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and place my order there at 51.50. If I can get a little break back up above. Up there, then that's somewhere that I'm willing to trade. 51.50, stop at 60.5. And we'll just target like the value area low. There's a massive block of orders at 46.25 now. See there? Again, this is just annoying that it's a POC trade. Hate these trades. Well, I hate them, but I'm not really excited about them a lot of the time. But to be honest, I kind of just want. I don't really want to like mess around on this account a whole lot. I just want to be in and out on it. Move on to the next account. This is my least exciting account to trade. It's my lowest imbalance. My plan for now is to start with one contract and try to add as price moves in my favor. Structure allows and my target is... Yeah, that makes sense. Probably get stopped out break even a lot. Yeah, you will. It's really, yeah, very safe. Very safe and also very scalable. Okay, let's see if this gets filled. Gold is tanking. Everything's tanking by the looks of it. Nope. Filled. Let's see how that goes. Like I say, target the point of control, not the point of control, target the value very low in the current session. We're just a reflexive bounce of yesterday's POC. Yesterday's POC? Well, way off yesterday's POC. I will just go to break even once I see this get to the dollar amount of a 1-to-1 actually. So once it gets like $130, I'll go to break even. Which would be what? I can't even be bothered to figure that out. I can do this. Once it gets to, what's that? 42.50. So basically right now. I'll stick that at break even. Should have gone for the 1-to-1, Brad. Should have gone for the 1-to-1. Would the 1-to-1 have hit? No, would have been a tick off. Of course it would have. It's a break even either way there, so no worries. We'll just take that trade off since it was a break even. Oh, you're talking about gold. Sorry, my mistake. That one candle was worth $250 in a micro. Jesus. Let me pull gold up. Chart, symbol, gold. Give that a minute to load. It should load in the background, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I have to be on the chart for it to load. Just give it a minute here. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. Not looking like MotiveWave wants to do anything. I wasn't like, I think I said that going into that trade. I wasn't super excited about it, but it was a valid trade. I mean, yeah, it was valid. It was based off of stuff, but it wasn't like a super high quality trade. When I was like, is it valid? I was thinking like, was it A+? No. Well, it probably wasn't even A, it was more of like a B, really, a B minus. Isn't really any trades that I can currently see that are worth taking on there. At least like super high quality ones. I'm gonna go for a wee really quick though. Be right back. I was gonna say it before I went for a Wii. Then I was gonna say, oh, we've been lucky with the monitors not freezing, but they've just froze on my end. So, un momento, por favor. Stream is about to look weird for just a second. Literally right as I sat down, they froze. Why does it always do that? It pisses me off when it does that. I put it onto my monitor and then it like extends way too far, so it looks weird. But if I do that, there we go. So MotiveWave should be there. And there you go. Top Step X is back. Where did I have you? I had you over there. That's where you were. You were there, and my chat was there. That won't be an issue in like 2 weeks' time, because I'll be streaming from Thailand. I'm probably not going to stream when I'm in Bangkok for like the first 3 days, but so that'll be week beginning Monday the 9th. I probably won't stream that entire week. I'll take that week off because that's going to be the week. I'll fly on the Monday. I will arrive on, well, I'll arrive on like the Tuesday in Thailand. And I'll probably maybe trade that night, but I won't be streaming because I'll be very tired. And then I'll probably just take that entire week, honestly, to just like settle in to like time zone and stuff. But then by the following Monday, I'll be set up in an apartment in Chiang Mai for a couple of weeks. So I'll definitely get like a good amount of streams in there. So that'll be cool. I'll be there. I'll be in Thailand for probably just under a month. And then I'll fly to Bali. And I'll be there for like another 2-3 weeks. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be freaking awesome, dude. I'll actually have a decent little, I mean, I'll have a miles better setup than what I was using last time I went traveling. I literally just had a laptop, and it wasn't even as good of a laptop as this one. But I'll have this laptop. I'll have my external portable monitor, which I can plug in. I'll have my mouse, which will be an absolute godsend compared to working off the fucking trackpad of a Mac. What else will I have? I might take like a little headset sort of thing with me just for streaming and stuff, because that'll just be way better than like the built-in laptop of my MacBook. Because I'll be typing on that MacBook as well, obviously, because I'm not going to take an entire... I have like an external keyboard for my setup at home. I'm not going to bother taking a whole ass keyboard with me when there's one on my laptop. But yeah, a little like wearable little headset would work nicely, because I did think about taking this new microphone that I bought, but then I was like, don't really want to take a brand new like £100 microphone to the other side of the world with me when I just got it. Probably not a great idea, right? We did in fact break lower. Just wanted to come up and test that POC. That is the issue with the current session point of control trades. Is, well, things like that happen. It'll come up and consolidate a little bit. And that got, like, what? 2 points away from where my stop would have been. So, yeah, not the most comfortable. Like, I was happy that I moved to break even, honestly, there. Even though it would have won if I didn't. Like, there's nothing to say that this, when consolidating up here, wouldn't have just, like, wicked up a couple more points like it did over here. I still fancy a short. I just need to find a good one. There isn't really... It's been dead tricky. Like, every high volume node I've been able to trade off during this move down has... And, like, when price was there, the node was the point of control, which is just not ideal at all. Very annoying. And below this previous week's point of control, like, I've also had no, like, value levels really to trade off of at all this session, because, like, at 10 a.m. we broke past the previous week's value area high, so this is literally the only value level that we've touched the entire session. Or at least, like, my window from 10 till 11:30. All these 6 value levels that I normally have as options to trade off of have not been touched today. Since 10. From 10, I should say. It doesn't look like people are willing to transact down here, though, at least for now. You can see this doesn't really look like we're building another high volume node down here. It's more of like a drop off in volume. So people aren't willing to transact down there. So just based off that, you would anticipate it to come back up and transact in this area that people agreed on more. At least for now. When do they halt the session in meltdowns? I'm not sure what you mean, Diego. When do they halt the sessions? Also, nice to see you, Diego. It's the first message you put in chat, I'm pretty sure. The only level on MES I saw was that previous session low, previous day low, which I took the wrong way. Sometimes I'll trade it the other way and use it as a resistance, but we've gone straight down, haven't retested. Halt trading. Do you mean like the 2% rule? Is that what you mean? That's the only thing I can think of where they like, if you mean like literally when they stop you from trading, like prop firms have a rule, or most of them have a rule where, I can't really even remember exactly what it is just because it happens that little, but if price moves like so much away in one day, then they'll halt they'll say like don't enter trade. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, the 2% rule. 2% move or something. I'll get an explanation for you in just one sec. Let me just ask ChatGPT to summarize it for me. It's federal guidelines. Thanks, Mr. Wiz. I can't remember what it's like 2% of though. What is the 2% rule in prop firm trading? Happened when Trump took office, yeah. Yeah, that's the last time I remember it happening. Risk management guideline. Most firms either explicitly enforce or expect you to follow. You're not allowed to risk more than 2% if you're... No, it's not that. No, it's not that either. What to do? The market volatility 2% rule. Some prop firms, you are not allowed to trade when the market moves 2% or more in a very short period of time, usually intraday. So yeah, that's what it is. Usually means 2% of price movement. So for example, if the Nasdaq or the ES move 2% intraday, then at that point you wouldn't want to trade, basically, because that's considered abnormal conditions. So there you go. If ES moves, I can put like a label on my chart, I'm pretty sure. If I go into chart settings, I can put a label on here, I'm pretty sure, to show like the change percentage. Let's see if this works. Should pop up in the top left. Yeah, so you can see today we've had, we're down. I'm going to keep that up there, actually. It's probably a useful thing to see. We're down just over 1% today. There was another percentage thing on there. Let me go back to it and see what it was. It's just change. Is that like in points? Yeah, in points. I don't want that. I just want the percentage. There's loads of little like cool labels I can have on here. I'm not really interested in what's day range percentage? What does that mean? 1.5? Yeah, I'm not even sure what that's referring to, so. Extended data? What does that mean? I think that just means the whole data. Open interest, that's probably a pretty cool one to use. How much open interest there is in the market. Volume. Yeah, loads of little labels and stuff that I didn't even know were in here. CME also has a circuit breaker that kicks in and actually stops the futures market. Really? 7%, 13%. Oh, okay, wow. Well, yeah, I can imagine that they've got that in there. If it moves that much in one day. Can you imagine if the market... When's the last time the market moved 20% in one day? Like ES. That had to have been like some fuck-off massive event like COVID maybe or something. Or like, I don't know. What's the... Black Monday or whatever it was called. Or like 9/11 or something. I'm gonna ask chat. The flash crash? What was the flash crash? I would think it was like lockdown maybe, but I can't really remember. I feel like it went up in lockdown. Let's ask it when the S&P did it. When was the last time ES moved 20% intraday? I'm guessing COVID, or like 2008, when that big crash was. I don't know if that is the flash crash though. I don't know what the flash crash is referring to. Either way, chat's going to answer us. Flash crash was 2010. Oh, there's no modern record of ES moving 20% intraday since it began. Really? The worst single day percentage loss was October 19th, Black Monday. Yeah, that's what I said. The index closed about 20.5% down. That's crazy. That was in 1987. That was in The Wolf of Wall Street, I remember. I wonder what even caused that. 1987. What happened in 1987? That was what? 13. That was 16 years before I was born, by the way, if you want to feel old. Yesterday's move on gold was bigger than the whole Bitcoin market cap. Jesus Christ. What caused Black? Oh, wasn't it something to do with like LS Rothschild or something? Or is that another fucking Wolf of Wall Street fact that I just spat out? I didn't know stocks in 87. Wasn't caused by a single trigger, it was a cascade of structural and psychological failures that all hit at once. Big institutions. We're melting off here, by the way, but there's just nothing really for me to do down here. Liquidity vanished, market makers pulled back, bid and ask spreads exploded. Interest rates climbed, global... Okay, it's loads of different shit caused Black Monday. Ah, that's interesting. Who said about the... Yeah, Professor Mac. So, the reason that the 20% circuit breakers that you referred to, the reason that they are there is because of Black Monday, to stop something like that happening again. Because they didn't have regulators like circuit breakers, limit down rules, coordinated futures and cash market halts. Like, none of those things existed in 1987. But because of what happened on Black Monday, all those things got put in place. That's cool. Imagine there was such a bad day in the market that they had to put rules in place so that something like that day could never happen again. When bro says there's an algorithm, but the market moved minus 20% in one day. I want to know who's behind that algorithm, because they're evil. So that's why in 2008 and 2020 there was violent moves, but nowhere near as bad as Black Monday, because it literally wasn't able to do that. That's crazy. A little history lesson there for you. The Dow Jones Industrial Average had its second biggest intraday point decline up. Up to that point. Plunging 998.5 points, about 9%, within minutes. Only to cover a large part of that. Fucking hell. Stock market really is crazy, huh? really is crazy. I wonder what everyone talks about Black Monday. What about, like, fucking load up ChatGPT for, like, the fucking fourth time of the stream? What happens when I'm not trading? I'll just end up asking chat stuff. What is the most? It's, like, what's the opposite best? What's the best day it's ever had? Imagine you bought on the day before this day, whatever day it was. And how much was it? In October 13th, 2008, the market gained 11.6% in one day. Oh my god, in 2000, in the same year, but 2 weeks later, it gained another 10.8%. So in October, just those 2 days, it went up 22%. Imagine you bought, like... Imagine if I bought on my birthday when how old was I? When I just turned 5, I should have been investing in the S&P, because if I did, I would have gotten like a 21% return in like 2 weeks. God. I was fucking about with like Power Rangers and stuff when I was 5. I should have been investing in the S&P 500. And then, yeah, there was loads of other big pump days, like close to 10%, loads of 9% days around COVID. You in the Discord server they created in the school community? No, I wasn't, Diego. Instead, I was playing with toys. This was the flash crash on May 6, 2010. They tried to blame a British guy for causing it. If in doubt, blame the British. We'll take the blame. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave the stream there, to be honest, boys, because there's not much for us to do there today. We tried to get a bit of short action here, just unfortunate. It came back up one more time before selling off, so I got caught at break even, but no loss on the day. I did want to trade today. I was quite excited to trade today, but what can you do? Sometimes the market just runs off without you, and there's not much you can do about it. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there for today, boys. I will come back to see you 9:45 tomorrow, AM. So hopefully we can finish up the week. Because we haven't had a win this week. We had one trade on Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Monday. One of them. And it was a loss. And then we've had that break even. So, yet to have a win this week. So hopefully we can catch one tomorrow. But, yeah, I'll see you boys then. Take care and good luck, good trading. Catch you later.